Hello viewers, you're welcome back to MikeMayFinance&Figures, where business minds meet mathematical precision. Today, we are going to proceed with example 4 on proportion. Of course, if you have been following me, you will observe that we have dealt with example 3 in the previous video and the other examples. All right? So today, we are looking at something kind of complex, but don't worry. This is the channel where business minds meet mathematical precision. We are going to make it very simple for you, all right? Before we proceed, I still want to register my thanks and appreciation to each and every one of you who have been sharing my videos, liking, commenting, and most importantly, those of you who have subscribed. Thank you very much. This is all you can do to support the vision. Thank you. God bless you. So let us proceed to today's problem. Now, the problem is saying two companies, Company A and Company B, are entering a partnership. All right? We know what partnership is. If you have a business background, you should be able to tell what partnership is. It is a group of 2 or more people who agree to set up a business with each party contributing a sum of capital. All right? So, the partnership agreement states that, all right, this is the partnership agreement. Normally we call it the partnership deed. So the deed, the partnership agreement states that Company A will contribute 60% of the initial capital. And Company B will contribute 40%. You see that? Out of the initial capital that they should use to start up the business, Company A is charged with the responsibility to contribute 60% of that amount, whereas Company B has to contribute just 40%. So the profit of the partnership will be shared in the same proportion. What is this saying? It is saying that whatever profits they will have to make at the end of the day, that profit will be shared according to their respective capital amount, according to what they contributed. All right? So, in the same proportion as their contributions. That's it. So now, in the first year, the partnership generates 200,000 loans as profit. This is what they do generate. So, how much of the profit will each company receive? How much? So, remember, there are 2 companies, A and B. Each contributed capital, and we are told that A contributes 60% of the capital, and B contributes 40% of the capital. So now, how much is each going to receive? Considering the fact that this very sum as a profit is to be shared according to what each company contributes as capital. Now, if the profit, this is another aspect of the question. Part A is asking us to calculate how much is each company receiving based on their capital contribution. And the second part of the problem is saying, if the profit increases by 25%, in the second year, this is the first year, now in the second year, there is an increment of 25% in the profit. So now, using the same proportion, how much more will each company receive compared to the first year? So it seems complex, but I am going to make it very simple. I will make sure I break down the complexities that are here so that you get the clarity of everything. Don't forget our motto, our slogan is saying, where business minds meet mathematical precision. So don't worry. Fine. So I always tell you, whenever you are solving problems of this nature, don't always forget to collect data. So let us collect data now. Let's say data. Now, what are the significant data we are to collect? Let's take the proportion, the capital investment proportion. Company A has 60%. Let's say we call it capital contribution. Capital contribution. Company A is 60%. Okay? It is 60%. Then company B is 40%. I hope it is clear. It is stated here. Company A will contribute 60%, and company B will contribute 40%. So now let's go further to take which other figure that is given, the profit that is generated. Profit for the first year. The first year is 200,000 loans as it is given. Okay? So now, let's focus on the first part of the problem, which is saying how much of the profit will each company receive. So let's find it. Let's say company A. If you want to find how much is company A receiving out of this profit, we are going to just use the percentage of the company's capital contribution. Don't forget, it is said that the profit of the partnership will be shared in the same proportion as their contribution. So we are going to just use that. So company A, we are using the percentage of capital contributed. Of course, this is expressed as this, all right? And we are multiplying by the total profit they generated. It's easy. Let us perform our simple cancellation. 2 zeros will knock down 2 zeros from above. And we are left with 60 here and 2,000 here. Can we proceed by multiplying it? 60 by 2,000. Now, you don't need a calculator. I always tell you this. Just multiply 6 and 2 and get the answer. Hold on to it. 6 by 2, it is 12, all right? How many zeros can we see? We have 4 zeros. So let's write them, 4 zeros. So basically, out of this profit, company A, permits me, this is company A, okay? Company A will receive 120,000 leons, okay? Let's work out for company B. It's easy. You can work it in two ways. For company B, is either you take out what company A has received as part of the profit from the total profit they generated. So which means if I'm to work out the profit for company B, method 1, say, method 1, I will just take out the part of the profit, which is 120,000, received by company A from the total profits they generate. And if I subtract 120 from 200,000, I should be able to get 80,000, right? So this is method 1. That is the amount of profit received by company B. So how do we work it out using method 2? It is by just expressing this. Charge this percentage given on the amount generated as profit. So, say method 2. Method 2 is to charge the 40% on the amount generated as profit. Okay? Don't forget, 2 zeros and 2 zeros will knock each other. Then we can just easily multiply 4 and 2, which is 8. And we have how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's write them. You see that's 80,000. That is method 2. Easy peasy. I did tell you. Mike May Finance and Figures YouTube channel, it is where business minds will always meet mathematical precision. Will make complex problems very simple for you. Always follow so you can get more of these videos. Okay, this answers the first part of the problem. Now let us observe the second part. It says if the profit increases by 25% in the second year, so let us take that into consideration. Let's take that into consideration. Second year, there is an increase in profit by 25%. So let us find out the increase amount. Increase amount. Increase amount, it is the 25 by 100 times the 200,000 they initially generated in year 1. Okay? If we work this out, you should agree with me that 2 zeros will knock 2 zeros from above. We are left with 25 here and 2,000 here. Let us proceed by multiplying them together. Okay. So, 25 multiplied by 2, you can agree with me, is 50. How many zeros do we have here? 3. So this is just the increase amount. So in year 2, so second year profit, second year total profit will now be the first year profit, which was 200,000 plus the increase amount of 50,000, okay? Plus the increase amount of 50,000. This should be able to give us 250,000. That's just the total profit for the second year. So now let us answer the problem. It says, how much more will each company receive compared to the first profit? How much more? So you don't have to worry. Now, it is not the 250,000 you are going to charge their respective profit sharing percentages, but you are going to charge it on the increased amount of 50,000. So for company A, we are going to charge its profit sharing percentage on the increased amount. Remember, it is 60%. So now the increased amount is 50,000 leons. Let us work out the cancellations. So we are left with 60 here and 500 here. Let's proceed by multiplying them together. We can easily multiply 6 and 5, which should give us 30. And we bring our 3 zeros. Okay? In other words, out of this 50,000, that is the increment, or that is the increase in profit in second year, company A will get 30,000 leons based on its percentage, which is 60. So, company B its percentage, I did tell you I'm not using method 2 by dividing the percentage or by charging or by expressing the percentage on the increased amount of 50,000. Work this out and you'll see that we are left with 40 here and we have 500 here. If that is being multiplied 4 times 5, we should be able to get 20,000. Okay, this is just method 2. Method 1, you can easily just subtract 30 from the overall. You can get the same amount, which is 20. So the problem is asking you, how much more will each company receive? So it is just the added amount, the added profit amount. So therefore, company A will, let us summarize, will receive 30,000 more as profit compared, okay, let's also figure out how much is company B receiving. So company A will receive 30,000 more and B will receive 20,000 more as profit compared, okay? If we compare this, compared to the first year, compared to the first year. So that's it. So this finally answers the problem. You see, it's easy. Don't worry. At MikeMayFinance&Figures YouTube channel, we make mathematical complex problems easy and simple for the understanding of all that need the knowledge in these areas. So thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Just drop your comment. Suppose you still find it difficult to understand some concept. Please drop your comment on the comment section so that I know where your problem is and I will demystify, I will explain further to your understanding. Thank you once again. Please don't forget to share the video. You have somebody that needs this knowledge. Thank you. God bless you.